Okay. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to Top It Up, and we are your hosts today. I'm Jasmine, and I have my friends Jaheem and Brianna with me today. And we would like to thank you all for coming and tuning in. Please continue to connect with us and follow us on YouTube, Instagram at the.chopituppod. In celebration of Women's History Month, we're interviewing influential women in our community. And today we have the honor to interview Miss Brianna Lee, the entrepreneur, artist, fashionista, and owner of the brand Love Fashionista. A round of applause for her.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
We're so happy to have you. Now, would you like to tell us about yourself?
Oh, yeah, sure. Well, my name is Brianna Lee. I'm from Cambridge, Massachusetts, born and raised. And yeah, I am the owner and designer of Love Fashionista, which is a accessories brand made out of crochet items and has earrings, necklaces, handbags, and soon clothing. Working on it. So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Hey. All right. Before we begin the interview, let us know in the comments where you guys are watching from. Okay. So for the first question, can you tell us about your journey as a fashion designer and how Love Fashionista came to be? And what inspires you to make handmade crochet items?
So my journey as a designer was random. Actually, I never even thought I would be a designer. It's still weird to say I'm a designer right now, but how I learned, I was actually working with someone at one of my old jobs, and her name is Debbie, and she is amazing, and she Miss Deb, and she introduced me to crochet, and from there I just fell in love with it and kept working on it constantly. And how I started was I was making headbands for people who were working in hospitals because at the time it was during the start of COVID and their ears were hurting. If y'all remember that time, it's still kind of that time, but not really. But you know, when your ears would hurt so much from wearing masks for a long period of time. So I saw an idea of a headband that had buttons on the side for mask holders. And that's how I started. And I gave away pretty much, a bunch of headbands to healthcare workers. And then from there, I just started making fashion headbands. Started making accessories and things like that. And then I got into just fashion that way. I mean, I've always studied fashion. I went to school for fashion, but that's how I became an actual designer for crochet.
Oh, that's wonderful. Because I remember, yeah, my ears will be hurting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's not go back to that time.
Yes,
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
Um, Next question. Can you describe your creative process from idea to completion?
Well, I have different processes. The first thing would be, of course, to draw. Like that's my first love is drawing and illustrating fashion. So that's how I actually really started in fashion. So I normally would draw something out, and then from there, continue to create it based on what I draw. But sometimes I just do random stuff. Like these earrings, I think were just random. I tried it one way, like with a different type of yarn, and it didn't work. And then I did it again with another yarn, and it looked way better, and it stays in place better. So it's kind of like trial and error. Sometimes I just kind of put some things together, and it comes about. But mostly it's drawing it.
Okay.
Okay.
I would like, not just a question. What is your like favorite item to make?
I think my favorite item to make is handbags, just because I love bags. And there's just so many different things you can do with bags. You can put different chains, and I love bags. I'm a handbag person, so. But I recently just started creating swimwear, which that actually, that's my first kind of clothing, I guess you could say, designs, and I really am enjoying making swimwear because I have like real crazy designs and things like that. So I like that.
That's great to know. I love me a good handbag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Shaheen, would you like to answer the next question? We
Hello.
have we have a little bit of technical difficulties, I see. All right, I'll just go. What
Yeah.
challenges have you faced as a fashion entrepreneur, and how have you overcome them? And do you face any unique challenges, especially as a Black woman in the fashion world?
Um, I would say just getting into fashion and especially high end has been very difficult. Um, because you have to know resources, and sometimes as a black woman, I think, or black people in general, we just don't have access to resources that would allow us to be in, um, well, to have more opportunities to do different things. Um, so I think that's one thing. And another thing is also the money, the funding. That's probably the biggest issue for me, because I'm still someone who just works my regular job and things like that, and trying to just get capital to put into my business. And that's been difficult as well. And like I said, I think that's something also that affects black women, not being able to gain access to capital and things like that. Um, but how I overcome it, I just keep going. I just keep working, and what I'm realizing is you can't do it all at one time. You do one thing at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself. Don't think it's a race. It's not a race. You take your time, and things will come along as when it's supposed to happen for you. And that's how I overcome many challenges. I've had a lot of challenges, but I'm like, you know what? You learn from them. You use them as learning opportunities, and you just keep going, no matter what.
I love that. Like it's like everybody always talks about I want to get this fast. I want to learn how to, like I try to learn how to crochet. Uh, that, that was very much,
Mm-mm.
I still have the needle and the yarn, and like right now you're like inspiring me to maybe pick it back up, to
Yeah,
at
and the
least
thing about
try.
it is, I think people think they have to have like this big. They have to know like each stitch, and like I'm not doing any fancy stitches. I've seen people who are way better, in my opinion, way better than me as far as crocheting. Right? They could crochet someone's face into a handbag or something. I can't do that.
Right.
I know what I'm good at, and that's another thing. Once you know what you're good at, stick to what you're good at, and if
Okay.
it works for you, just keep going, and it'll be successful. But it takes time, and it takes time, and but don't rush. Don't rush the process. Just keep going, and things will happen soon. Eventually, they'll happen if you keep putting the work in.
Yes, that's beautiful. So inspirational.
Yes.
All right, actually, we have Hyde Park in the house. I love that. We're
Big
getting a
up
lot,
High Park.
we're getting a lot of Hyde Park love.
Yes.
We are. So the next question, would you like to do that, Brianna?
Yeah, I get that one. Okay, so there are so many different brands out there. How do you make sure Love Cashinista stands out?
I think what I do is, like I said, you stay true to yourself and how you feel when you wear something. That's how I design. Like I put things on that I like these earrings. I know I'm gonna wear it, and I like them,
Mhm.
and I know other people are gonna like them and wear them. So that's how I go about it, and I stay true to myself. I don't try to do what other people do. I do it the way I do it, because there's a lot of crochet designers. There's a lot of designers in general, and the thing about fashion is there's something for everybody, and everybody, we might make similar things, but your stuff is unique to you. And that's that. And if you keep doing what you're doing and it's unique to you and you like what you're doing, just keep going. And that's how I feel like my stuff is different, because I know that like even the material, like somebody's not going to use, well, I haven't seen anybody use the yarn that I'm using. That was my trick, actually. So I found the yarn, and that actually made things, I feel, pop out more than the actual crochet, because these, I don't know, it's the yarn that I'm using. I think it made the difference. So yeah,
Okay, I'm what is it? I'm new I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. I like that. I like that.
I'm true to this. Okay.
Yeah, I love that because what I'm noticing like lately with a lot of different brands, people want to come out with their own brand. Like a lot of people my age are coming out with hoodies and sweatpants and all that,
Yep.
but
The
they look the
same.
same. They just look like, oh, hey, if it's like JR, and they it looks
What?
repetitive, and like it's like the same font, it's from the same vendor, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's cute, but it's like I can get that from another place.
Right.
Right.
But
Well,
like,
what I'll say also, I think I noticed, don't just do it for the money, because then you can tell. And I think that's another thing too. Like, to be quite honest with you, I haven't. Oh my gosh, sorry. But to oh my God, the lights went out. But just to be honest with you, my God, I'll stand up. To be honest with you, like I said, the money part is what. Okay, now I'm back on. All right, that's keeping it real, right? We chopping it up, so
Right. Keep
real.
it all the way real.
sorry. But yeah, so don't just do it for money. Do it because you really love it. Because you'll be able to tell when somebody just wants to do it for the money, and that's okay. Hey, we all are in it for money.
Right.
But if you really love what you do, it'll
Mm.
just come naturally. And like I said, I'm not making a lot of money per se from the actual sales, but I've had really amazing opportunities. Um, and I think that makes up for it. And it just shows, like I said, I'm very dedicated and I love what I do. And I love making things and I love seeing it on people. And so that's my thing. I think, but what you're saying, like people just, putting a word on a shirt, that's cool too. But just make sure it's you. It's really you and it's
Mhm.
authentic. And it's, that's what I'll say.
Yeah, I really love that. And it's just like the fact that you love it and you really are passionate about your brand and what you do just makes everything better. Because if you were just in it for the money, it's just like, what's the point of it? It's not made from love, and yours is made from love.
Right.
That's why it's Love Cashionista.
How did you come up with that name?
Yeah.
Oh, so it was just a play on words, and this actually wasn't my first name for my business. It was actually Breeze Made It, and when I started on Etsy, and then but I had Love Cashionista from like years before,
Mhm.
and it was just a play on words with fashionista, and I just put a C because like I said, it is about money. You want to make money, but
Mhm.
you know, it's about all of that. But for me, it was just a play on words because I felt like fashionista was too used. It was too boring for me.
Mhm.
So I put the C in the front. I was like, oh, it kind of goes, and it worked out. So
I love that. I love that's actually very cool.
Mhm.
thank you, thank you.
All right, hey friend, you back?
You back.
You back? You
You on you, honey.
you on mute, friend.
We had some technical difficulties, but that's okay. Just like my lights you missed it. The light just went out on me, but that's all. It's all
He's
good.
still talking like we can hear. Please.
Oh no.
Are you off of mute? Oh,
Oh,
we having more technical difficulties.
wait. How do you do that?
Okay.
Oh my gosh, we are unfiltered.
Yeah.
Real.
There's no edit. There's no editing it out, but it's okay.
No.
It's all right. We are definitely unfiltered. Uh, we're hilarious. I love this for us.
Yes.
Okay, well, let's head over to the next question while we get that sorted out. No, how did it? Yeah, how did it feel to have your your brand in so many reputable magazines such as Elle, Glamour, Harper's Bazaar, just many more?
It feels amazing. It really does. And like I said, it's my dream. I've never ever thought in a million years, honestly. Even today, I literally today I got another publication, and I'm just like, wow.
Okay.
So I'm just so happy. I'm so excited because, like I said, when you see it from the beginning and then grow into that, and you just never imagine it really being that big, but it feels really great, and I'm excited to just keep working and getting more magazines, hopefully, and yeah, I'm thankful for it. I'm very thankful.
Um, how did it feel like your first magazine? Like, I don't know which one was your first, but how did it feel the first time? You were like, somebody's like, "Oh, this magazine," and you're like, "That's my piece. Like, I made that."
Well, I when I seen so the way I got into these publications was through a
Mhm,
company called Flying Solo, which is
mhm,
out of New York City. And they pretty much are a store that helps promote and sell independent fashion brands. And how I found them was through Instagram. That's why I love Instagram, and so I stay on there because they have a lot of people don't know there is a lot of opportunities on there, and
mhm,
you just have to know how to filter through some things. But I found it on Instagram, and initially, how I found them was I applied for Fashion Week, their Paris Fashion Week,
mhm,
and at the time I couldn't afford it. I put some money down, but I couldn't afford the Fashion Week, and that was last year for Paris. But I put some money down, and they said, "Well, we could put you in our store in Paris." And so that was my opportunity. And so, like I said, some things fall apart for other things to happen. So I didn't get to be in
mm,
Paris Fashion Week, but then I ended up being in their store, which I think was a real great opportunity for me. And then from there, it's another part of the store, which is their showroom, I would say. And
mhm,
in that showroom is where they use your pieces to put into publications. And so that's how I've gotten into the magazines through Flying Solo, which I'm very, very appreciative of them because they are the reason why I think, my brand has elevated.
mhm,
Um, but yeah, so that's what they do. They take like up and coming designers and they help you with putting your stuff in publication. So my first one was L, and when I seen the L, I just was like, wow, I was blown away because I love magazines. I think
mhm.
everybody loves magazines, and to be an L, which is a real big publication, I was like, wow, I was very happy about it. So yeah.
Okay, but that's very cool. So you like Instagram? Do you have a TikTok?
All right, so TikTok with me, I'm trying
Mhm.
to get into TikTok, but now they're trying to ban it. So I don't know if I should even bother with TikTok now because TikTok does have a lot of the views. Like it's
Yeah.
easier, I think, to go viral versus Instagram is kind of Instagram has it's a little different than TikTok. Um, so I do have a TikTok, but I'm not really active on there. I need to get better, I think, at being on all the platforms like
Mhm.
Twitter. But there's so many now. Even the threads, now they got the Instagram threads, and so it's just like, okay, I have to find a way to. But I do all of it by myself, so
Mm,
I do the advertising, like on my social media by myself. So but no, I don't really be. I'm not really on TikTok like that. I'm more on the gram. That's my thing is the gram. So
mm.
Oh,
I was,
oh,
oh, it works. Yeah.
yeah, it works.
Oh,
I don't know what's going
yeah.
on. Thank you. What's it called? I was gonna say that. What's it called? Me too. I've also involved myself in this business of the making of the hoodies. Like you feel me? These two hoodies right here. Me
Shameless
and my
plug.
boys, we made them right here. This is our brand.
But I love it. Like I know a lot of people, like you said, that are your age that are making hoodies and T-shirts, and I'm like, hey, that's amazing. Because when I was your age, I wasn't thinking about making any shirts or hoodies and having extra income, like ways to make money like that. It's really cool. So I'm not discrediting anybody who wants to put a letter on a shirt and say this is my brand. If that's your brand, hey, all I'm just saying is make sure it's authentic, it's really you, and that's it. Don't be copying other people. That's all I'll say. Don't copy other people. Be original.
Yes. Wait, Jahim, does your brand have a name?
You feel me? Let me show you.
All right, come on, break. He's trying
This
to.
is a little.
I see the design a little bit. Ooh, wait a minute.
Okay.
You feel me? This is
I
you feel
love
me? This is
it.
wasted economy. You feel me? Full zip up.
Oh,
Oh.
They go
I
on the
like
wall
the,
just
I
like
like the
this. You
hoodie
feel me?
part.
Then the back, the economy is the start and end to everything.
Wow.
I like that.
See, that's
And we
nice.
got we got different colors too. We got red, we got pink, you feel me?
Oh,
We got black, we got light
Okay.
blue, we got like seashell well not seashell, like just like
Like
baby blue.
teal.
Like baby blue. So it looks
Oh.
hard. You can really put these on a nice day, like when you're going outside, you feel me?
I'm interested in the
I
hoodie.
love that.
You didn't show us the features of it. How do you open that top part? Does it zip off?
Woo! Shoot, I'm not in the full right attire for this. But you feel me?
Yeah, the hoodie zips all the way up to the top of your
To the
head.
top. Now,
Yes.
I'm not gonna
Put
lie.
it on because I'm very interested in seeing
I'm
this.
kind of big, so like I get my hoodies fitted because I'm like, feel me? We losing weight out here.
Now zip it all the way up because I want to see.
So now these hoodies. Now, if you have a big head like I do, you should always get a size bigger. Now, like this right here, this is a large, but like if I show y'all this zipped up, it's gonna look funny. Like,
I just want to see. Oh yeah, you're right.
and like you can see,
we
like
can-
you can see a little bit through this. Like it's a little design so you can see through them. But like the
Oh.
problem is like putting them on. Like, ooh, ooh,
Now you know your design. That's what you could. But
well, you
that's
feel me? But yeah, so you just gotta get a size bigger for the hoodies. But for if you really wanna, because no one really puts it all the way to the top. Like most people would just rock it like this.
But what I'll say is for high fashion, they like weird stuff. So if you zipped it up, that's how it would go on the runway. I think like someone would wear that completely zipped up and go down the runway like that. I'm just being honest. They like crazy high. That's what changes it from just a regular hoodie to like high end fashion. They like weird stuff. high end.
Yes.
So
But
that's really cool.
thank you.
Love it.
But I'm thinking about because this is like a group. This is with me and my boys in Texas. So I was thinking about like not leaving the group, but like making my own, like without the group. I'm gonna see how that goes. Right now, we're working on the name.
I like the name. I like how the lettering is like, is it backwards or it's like kind of? Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I like it. I really like that. See, that's different than just a basic word. Like the way you designed it, the way you put the hood, the words on the back. It's very different to me. I think it's different. So I like it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Let's get back. Get back to the topic.
Oh, I see the pink.
Oh.
The pink was cute. It's like a baby pink, or is it like hot pink like this?
Nah, it's like a little baby pink. You feel me?
I say the baby pink.
I'm not gonna lie. I like this one. When you get this one on, you put some khakis on. Just call it a nice day.
It's cute. I love the pink.
I think you like the baby blue more.
Oh, okay. I like the colors. I love colors. That's another thing I love. I love bright colors. I've kind of forced myself because at first I used to always wear black, and I still love wearing black. But I'm like, no. I remember somebody told me, they're like, you wear too much black. So then I switched it up. Now I'm gonna be wearing a whole bunch of colors. Like, if I wear black.
Nah, that was too.
That's what it is now. So now I'm like, oh, pink, yellow, blue, green, whatever. Because before I would, and I still love black. But I try to get out of that. Just wearing all black, so.
Yeah, that's my problem. My friends, I'll be going out and they'll be like, "Oh, what you wearing?" I'll be like, "Yeah, I'm wearing a dress." And they'll be like, "What color?" "Black." And I'm like, "You already know."
Like, is it a funeral, Jasmine? A black
no, like, okay, hold on. not too much on me. It's gonna be like a cute one,
Like a
Oh,
skims dress.
like
little,
yeah, like cute. Like I'm not wearing like a depression black. Like I'm gonna make a deep black. Okay.
Well,
There's a
that's a
difference.
staple. The black dress, the little black dress is a staple, just to say. Because you could put it with anything. Now, see, that's the trick. You wearing black, right? You put a little pop of color in there with a bag, or that's what I like with my stuff. Like if you wore all
Mhm.
black, but then you put these earrings on, that's just a little pop of color. So it's not too much. So for the people who like to wear black, but I do have some black. I have these in black too. So.
Okay.
Where can we find you? Like, where can we like shop your brand?
Well, so I have my website. I just
Mhm.
finished it. Putting it back up. So it's lovecashfashion.com.
Mhm.
So that's where my stuff is currently being sold. I'm hoping, hopefully next month I'll be back in Flying Solo. Like I said, I was selling in their Paris location, but now I think for me the best thing would be to be in their New York location because at least I could see the product.
yeah.
know, it's kind of crazy if you have something in a whole nother country and you can't even really see it and how it looks displayed. And
Mhm.
I'd like to go there and see it myself. So I think going further, if I was to be in a store, hopefully it'll be back in Flying Solo, New York. But yeah, my stuff is currently on the website. I used to do Etsy. That's another great, just to let you know, another great starting point to
Mhm.
sell products. If you ever want to sell products, that's where I started on Etsy, and it's really great. I love Etsy. So
Me
I'm
too.
not, I'll be on Etsy. I mean, I was using Etsy a little bit, but I drifted away from it. But I was
No,
using
people blow up on Etsy.
They
yeah.
do.
They
Etsy
really
go,
do.
Etsy go hard.
They
Etsy's a spot on the low. And Etsy helps you promote your like they have their own community that they
Mhm.
use to promote your stuff too. So it's really cool. You can make a lot of money. The way I used to do custom Crocs
Mm.
and that
Oh.
even though I did actually have Crocs on right now, but yeah, so the custom Crocs it was like a wave, and like I said, I liked it because I knew kids your age, you that was the trend. I don't know if they're still wearing the Crocs now.
Wait,
Very
what you mean?
much.
Like,
They're still wearing the Crocs today.
The bedazzled Crocs, with it has like
Yeah.
sparkles on it and very custom made, and that was really like my business. That's probably the most money I ever made was doing that. But then I didn't feel like I could make it the right way. The quality of it,
Mhm.
and that's why I stopped making them because it was like the orders were coming in, and I couldn't keep up with the orders, and then. That starts messing up with the quality. And like I said, if you're just doing it for money, you don't care about the quality. You don't care but if you want your name attached to something and you want to make sure that the quality is good and that you really love doing it, so that's why I stopped making Crocs. But I might get back into it. I love Crocs.
Too.
Yeah,
Okay.
Um.
not playing.
Oh, those are too cute.
I love that. Do
Thank you.
you ever like see yourself like expanding into like a team one day and like having like multiple like people working alongside you like in like the future?
Yeah, that's my goal. Ultimately, I've met a lot of people in this process, whether if they were models, photographers, artists, just a lot of people, and I hope eventually to make a team. I'm starting to build, like I said, my connections with people, and hopefully down the line, that would be my goal is to have. I would love to do like my own modeling agency. That's one thing I think would be really cool because, like I said, when I was doing the fashion weeks, I ended up meeting a lot of models and, like I said, photographers and things like that. And I had a model casting here, and I met some people. And I just want to be able to present opportunities to people that I have. Whether it's a fashion show, I say, "Oh, I got New York Fashion Week coming up. Can you walk for me?" Or if you're a photographer, could we work together and we do photo shoots with products. Things like sorry for the noise, but yeah, I hope down the line that is my ultimate goal. When it's the business is actually making money and I can pay people and do those type of things, I would love to build a team for advertising and all those different things that right now I'm kind of doing by myself in a sense. But
I got I got another question for you. I was just wondering, like, at African Academy, we were always wondering about like project managers and like how do people get into these different types of fields and these types of jobs. So I was wondering, how did you meet like the models, the photographers, like the people like that?
well, like I said, Instagram. Like
Okay.
I said, it was on Instagram, and and unfortunately, I was supposed to be in two Fashion Week shows last month, and they didn't happen because of financial, honestly. Um, and but like I said, I met a lot of people initially when I thought I was going to do those shows. I've had a bunch of models reach out to me, and so then I had them as contacts, and then even like I said, I just know. I mean, I pretty much everybody I know does like some type of like art or music, or it all kind of goes together, some type of entertainment. So
Hmm.
everyone that I know does those type of things. But yeah, and I like to go to events as well, like I said, Fashion Week events or supporting other people's fashion shows, or you have to build a network. So that's how I found, like I said, models, photographers, mainly Instagram, and then some events, and then some in person, a mixture.
Okay. So you say like networking, like kind of like makes or breaks you. Like networking makes sure you can like progress.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'll be honest, I'm not the best networker. It takes me a while to get comfortable with people. I don't like crowds. I don't like big crowds of people, and
Mm,
I'm someone who likes to know people on an intimate level. So networking sometimes scares me, um, but it is something that you have to do
mhm,
because there's people out there that can help you. They have opportunities, like I said, things that you don't have, and in order for you to get those things, you have to work with people. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of things you could do on your own. I do a lot of stuff by myself, and a lot of resources I have is from myself, my own research. But yeah, you definitely need to know certain people and keep a good rapport with them and keep in contact with them, keep following up with them. Like I said, with me, like I have a reputation now with flying solo, so I really want to keep that connection because of what they provide.
mhm,
It's important. It is important to have those type of relationships in the industry. Any industry that you're in. It doesn't have to be fashion. Any industry that you go into, it's best to know some people, at least a few, to have on your team or on your corner, and work with you.
Well, how do you know if someone's being genuine while networking?
Mm.
mm,
That's the part that's tricky. And that's the part that's been difficult for me. And that's what, like I said, networking unfortunately comes with that side. You have to find out, and sometimes you don't see people's true colors up front. At first. Sometimes it comes out over time, but you'll be able to tell, because if somebody's invested, you can tell when somebody's really invested in you and they want to see you succeed and they push you to keep going, and then you can kind of tell when somebody's just around for certain things, or if they're not really invested in your business, or you're going to be able to tell. It's just sometimes it's hard when you want to work with people, but sometimes they don't want to work with you, and that's okay. That's their loss. That's how I feel. Like, if you don't want to work with me, tough luck. That's on you.
Mhm.
Can't force you to,
period.
but keep going. You'll find people. You'll find your tribe. That's what it is. You'll find your tribe. You'll find your
Mm,
people that want to see you win, and that'll be around you, regardless if you're in the up or the down part. That's the tricky part, is finding people who want to be with you on the whole journey, not just the good part of the journey, but there's some
mhm,
parts that you might be down and you need some encouragement, and those are the people. That's how you know when you're down. That's how you're gonna tell who's really for you. That's what I'll say.
mhm.
We need to clip that part. Gotcha. That touched my heart.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That was,
um, oh, Jaheim, now that we got you, can you want to take it away with this question?
Yes. As you reflect on Women's History Month, can you share a personal anecdote or memory that encapsulates the importance of celebrating and honoring women achievements, both past and present in your life and work?
I don't think I have. When I saw that question, I didn't know how to really answer that. I think for me, I just think about my mom. I think
Mhm.
about women in my family. I think about women that I work with. I think about women in general and what we go through. Sometimes we fight a lot of silent battles and things like that that we can't really. And sometimes it just feels like we're not heard, or we might do the work for our male counterparts and they get the credit for the things that we do. But we won't get into that. But what I'll say is, like I said, for me, I just think about my mom and how hardworking she is and what she's done, what she sacrificed, and that's what keeps me going. Because I'm like, I need to make sure my mom's good, and that's what I really do it for. I do it for my mother and my family, and to make sure that we're good. And so, but yeah, that's really it for me. Just appreciating all the women in my life, and because my family, you know, the women work really hard, and I think that's where I got my work ethic from. Is my mother, of course. So, um, yeah, that's what I would say.
That's beautiful. I
that is
love that.
Thank you, thank you.
like throughout the whole interview, you just been showing like how genuine you are, passionate,
Yes.
real, and that's what we're about, being real.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it real. That's that's another thing of advice I'll say. A lot of people don't keep it real. Like I said, on Instagram and stuff. I'm that type of person. I show everything. My highs and my lows. Yeah, I had
Mm-hmm.
some magazine covers, magazine placements, excuse me, and things like that. But I've had low moments. I had 2 shows canceled on me last month. I had life, just in general, life things that happen because we're humans, we're not machines. We go through things in life, and it's okay to share that, and that's what makes it relate to you. And you can tell your story, and don't be ashamed of what you go through because it'll make it easier for someone else. So I love to be able to keep it real. That's keep it real and share what you go through. And don't be ashamed of what you go through because there's somebody else out there going through the same thing and they're trying to get some direction, and you might be the person to help that person. So
Right. Speaking of keeping it real, what advice would you give to like your younger self or to like really young girls out there who's trying to like turn their passion into a profit?
what I'll say is just keep going and don't get distracted because there are a lot of distractions, especially when you're young, and you're finding your way through. And throughout life, you never have a clear path. But regardless, just keep going and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. If you feel like you have a dream and you really feel passionate about it, you might have some people that don't believe, and it be people that you want to believe you. It could be your friends, it could be your family, it could be other, but that doesn't mean you stop. You keep going, and keep doing what you want and believe in yourself. And don't let anybody take your confidence from you. Don't let anybody tell you you're not worthy or that because you are worthy. And I've had people tell me, "Oh, your stuff," and then you know they start getting quiet. You watch them start getting a little quiet after a while. So, like I said, don't listen to other. I mean, yes, you listen to people, but listen to yourself and stay true to yourself and keep going regardless. That's what I'll say.
Snap it up for that. Snap it up for that.
I
I love this. That was our final question. Do you have anything else that you would like to say before we close out this episode?
I just want to say thank you so much for having me on here. This is an amazing, amazing podcast. This is one of the best I've seen, honestly. I'm, this is one of the best podcasts I've ever seen. The way it's formatted and everything, I can't believe that you all are doing it, and I really love it. And I thank you for inviting me and highlighting me and giving me a chance to speak to you and talk about myself. It's an honor. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you again.
Thank you. It was an
Thank
honor to have
you.
you. You are the gift. We are. I can speak for all of us. We are very happy that you came and just to hear from you and learn from you and just talking to you. And I just can't wait to see what you do with your brand in the future and everything. I will be buying from there. I will.
Yes.
I'm
I
going.
said I was sending gifts out, but yes, if you would like to purchase,
We'll be
again,
going there.
lovecashfashion.com.
Mm-hmm.
Just put the website back up, but I got some more stuff coming to the website. Like I said, I'm gonna have swimwear soon.
Mm-hmm.
But we got some new things coming out, and then I got some things coming up, some very exciting things. But yeah, I would really appreciate it if you go on and order. I will be, and that's another thing. My stuff isn't crazy expensive. You know how some people, once they get in a certain thing, they like, okay, I'm gonna charge 100. Like, come on, I'm not gonna charge. I'm realistic. My price is
Mm-hmm.
reasonable because I know how it is. I like to have affordable stuff. That's what so then everybody can buy something. So
Amen.
I love to hear that because I've been trying to buy this hoodie for the longest. It is $300.
For what? What
For
hoodie?
cloth?
It's a spider hoodie.
What?
Oh,
mm,
I'm finna give you one too. What color you getting?
I wanted the pink one.
The pink and black?
No, it's like it's like has Atlanta on it, and
Oh,
uh,
oh my gosh,
they charge so much now. I'm like, how do you
Nah, cause
see? Back in
pink.
my time, we had Chinese slippers. We had some cheap stuff. We could make it work. Like things
right.
like $5, $10. I mean, you had the expensive, but now everything seems like it's really expensive.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god! And it's for things that, like you said, a hoodie. But you're really paying for the name and the brand more so than
Yeah.
thing. So, that's what it is. But like I said, I, I
Um.
I wouldn't spend that much on a hoodie. I'm sorry.
Nah, I'm not
Me
gonna spend that
personally,
much.
I'm sorry. Too much. It's too much.
like
I'm here from our
Oh, I can't see. I can see it a little bit.
it's on goat, but
Let me see.
well, I can't find the pink one, but this is the
Oh, I got no. I know what you're talking about. I know
yeah,
what you're talking
And
about.
what
All right.
brand is that you said?
it's called Spider. It's by I'm pretty sure it's by Young Thug.
See, and that's
That's why.
That is why,
I
but
Oh,
see.
the white. I want to be the white and pink one with the pink letters. It's really just all black, but I just wanted the pink letters.
yeah, that's very yeah. I know which one you're talking about.
You know which one I'm talking about.
I have to take a look. I have to take a look. What I'll say is there's a lot of brands now. See,
Yeah,
before it
Yeah,
was only a few. Now it's like there's a lot out there. Every
a
time
lot.
I'm on the gram, I'm like, what? It's another brand I'm looking at, and I look at a lot of stuff. And that's another thing. You can be inspired, just don't copy. You know,
Yeah,
Mm.
you can be inspired by somebody, but then give that person their credit if you are inspired, because a lot of people don't do that. And then don't copy, you know, what they do. But that's all I was saying. There's a lot of brands, and they're all coming up, and there's more opportunities for brands to put themselves out there. Before you didn't think you could do it. At least for me, I would have never thought like to be in a publication or in a store years ago. Mm-mm. But now you can. You
yeah. And
yeah.
New York is also a fantastic spot for people who are like trying to come up for their own whatever they own, like their
Mhm.
own clothing brand. New York is very good. I, I have a friend Kaya. She's been doing her clothing brand KC, and she goes to New York for like she'll go down there here and there and just go sell out all her merch. Like
Well, New
people,
York, they still have like back in they still have it. It's like Canal Street where they have all the stuff. Well, that's the knockoff stuff. We won't get into that. They got it out
nah,
the block, and people still buy it off of the street. I mean, that's my goal too. Eventually, I hope that Boston has a similar culture to
Mm,
New York, because I feel like why should I have to go all the way to New York? And we're the same type of city as New York, you know. So that's the thing. I hope eventually Boston, and I'm working on with some groups of people to build up the fashion scene in Boston, because I feel like we have a scene, but it's not like New York, like you said. Like
Yeah,
it needs to be stronger,
just
and
needs a little work,
yeah.
yeah.
hmm
a little
But
tweaks.
it'll come. It's good. We're gonna get it together.
Mhm.
Yeah, we
We
is.
gonna get there. We gonna get there.
Okay. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for
Thank you so
coming.
much.
Please, please, everybody watch and please support her because this is a genuine person with a genuine brand. And we just can't wait to see you keep growing.
Oh, thank you so much, and I can't wait to see. Eventually, y'all gonna be on TV.
Mm.
And have this as a major. All right, manifest. And
Yeah.
it'll happen. It'll be a major publication. I mean, that's a major publication, major show, and maybe it'll be a publication. You know, that's the thing. You can cross over into magazine or something like that. You never know. So
Right.
it can definitely. If you started this is amazing, and keep going. I love it.
Yeah. I know we're gonna be seeing you on the runway.
Don't
Yes.
see me there, you feel me?
I know Beyonce. One day Beyonce's gonna be like just having you.
Exactly.
She's gonna be holding one of your handbags.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right, come on, manifest. I've been trying to get on the runway for a while. Honestly, that's been the hardest thing for me is getting one runway show. I'm like, all right, can I get the first one? But I know it's gonna happen when it's supposed to, and I have some plans on some soon. So yeah, I'm excited.
It's gonna
Yes.
happen. But yes, thank you everybody for tuning in, and thank you again, Miss Brianna Lee. And follow us on Instagram at the.chopituppod and on our YouTube channel, Afro American TV. All right, and thank you for keeping it real with us. Bye.